What was sort of that came out most? Just the skills sort of going inside 50?
Yeah, that was sort of the main thing. I think it was pretty clear that sort of wasted a few opportunities, like that bit of polish going inside 50 and then converting opportunities. But I think if we sort of get that right, then would have been a pretty good performance on our behalf. So yeah, that was sort of the main concern, I guess.
The group is staying pretty positive. It's only 2 losses, I know, but you're staying pretty positive.
Yeah, we are. As I said, with that bit of polish, it would have been a pretty good performance. So I think it would have been a lot closer than we were. Yeah, we're staying positive. We believe that what we're doing on the field is going to get us into higher places than we are now. And as you said, it's only 2 losses very early in the season, and we think we've actually played some really good footy. It's just a matter of doing that consistently and getting a few more wins on the board.
In saying that about if there was a bit more polish, is that suggesting that Phil was quite happy with sort of, quite a few aspects of the game?
Yeah, he was. There was positives and negatives from the game. If you lose, then there's got to be a few negatives as well. But yeah, as I said, we're trying to stay positive with how we played and keep sort of build some momentum and try and get a few more wins on the board.
Eddie Betts said on radio last night that the lack of composure under pressure really cost the Crows. Is that something you can work on at training?
You can to an extent. I think playing in front of 50,000, it's a showdown and there's a lot of pressure out there, and credit to Port that bring the pressure as well. So they're one of the top sides. So yeah, you can a bit, but I don't think you can do it fully. But yeah, we'll keep working on our skills and really trying to improve in that area.
Is Eddie someone the players sort of talk to about that? Because he seems to be at times pretty composed in the showdown.
Yeah, well, he was pretty good, I reckon. One of our better players on the day. So yeah, as I said, it's sort of we can work off each other and see what other people do and all that. But in the end, I think it's just a matter of us actually performing it on game day and getting the job done.
What's your take on the Suns? They had a great start to the year, obviously.
Yeah, well, they got the ball rolling on the weekend, and I don't think you can afford to take a week lightly in the AFL. It's hard to win, and they're a very quality side, even with some of the players that they have out. But yeah, we have to take them very seriously, and we're going up there to really keep playing the way we are, and we think we're confident that that will help us to try and get the win.
Does the talent that they've got, I mean, they were rated pretty lowly after the first 3 or 4 rounds, but they've got some serious talent up there, so you just have to be really careful that they can bring that out.
That's exactly right. I don't think you can discount any team, as I said, and yeah, they're a really talented side. And they, as I said, they've got a bit of momentum coming from last week now with a good win, and they played probably the way they wanted to after the first few weeks. So yeah, I think they can be really dangerous, and yeah, we won't be taking them lightly at all.
How do you sort of break down their forward line? They obviously used a lot of the tools like Port did. I think like Dixon and Lynch got 9 guys between them.
Yeah, they've obviously got some really quality players down there, and Lynch and Dixon are very good tools. But we think we've got a pretty good caper of tall defenders in us at the moment. We've got Towles is a lead defender, and then we've got Bull and Jake Kelly and Cole Cheney, and then if we need, we've got Cole Hardigan and Jake Lever in the mix down in the twos at the moment. So we're pretty confident we can cover their tall forwards and yeah, get the job done. It was more team defence. They sort of got it in pretty quick, and credit to Port's tall forwards, Paddy Ryder and Schultz and Westhoff are all really quality players, and they really took the most of our opportunities, and I just saw Schultz kick 5 and yeah, dead-eye straight in front of goal. So, but we think we can handle it pretty well.
We saw that you guys controlled the game for big parts there, but Port sort of, when they did get their hands on the footy, they managed to get it in pretty quick and score most times that they'd go down. How do you sort of go about slowing that, when we against the Gold Coast on the weekend?
As I said, it's probably more team defence. Port are really good at getting it through teams and using their numbers around the ball and streaming forward, and then making the most of the opportunities as well with their forwards. But yeah, it's more team defence, and pressure around the ball starts in our forward line, and the slower it comes out, the easier it is for us. So I think it's all together as a group. We've sort of got to stop them, and it's not just going to be one player or one certain area of the ground. It's sort of all together.
Richie Douglas, have you had a chance to speak with him?
No, not really. I've seen him walking around a bit, had a chat, see how he's feeling, all that. I think he's pretty sore at the moment coming out of a game, but I think he'll be all right. Obviously, don't know about this week, but I think he would do whatever he can to get back as quick as possible. He's a very professional player, so I think he'll be all right.
A few years ago, we saw Robert Harvey with a similar injury. I think he was jumping off his kitchen table to sort of snap and get rid of it. He's going to give that sort of a crack.
I don't know. He might. He's very. He always wants to play. Pretty much, he wants to be involved as much as he can. So I'm putting no doubt that he'll do as much as he can to get back as quick as possible.
And what's the process for Sloan if he's a chance of getting up? Does he have to go through a test at some stage this week? Or?
Yeah, well, I'm sure the PPT staff and the doctor will consult with him during the week and speak about what he has to do, the steps and the processes he has to do to get up for an AFL game. But the same as Dougie, I reckon Sonny's a very professional player and he'll do whatever he can to get up because he doesn't miss many games. He's pretty durable, and I think he'd be right if he gets his body right, which I'm pretty sure he'll do everything he can too.
Phil Walsh was pretty insistent on the eve of the showdown that he had a plan, and everyone talks about him being this sort of master tactician. What's the preparation for a game like under him? Like, is it really complicated, or how does he sort of translate that tactical genius that everybody sort of talks about?
No, I don't think there's too much. I'm sure they do a lot of work in putting preparation into a team, and every team sort of scouts every team, but he has pretty direct messaging, which he's sort of come across the whole pre-season with us at training, and then the way he implements his game style, and he tells us what he wants to do and what he thinks will be best for us to try and get the win on the weekend. So, I think he does put a lot of preparation into it, and he sort of implements it to us, and that sort of gives us the best chance to get the win.
Without harping on about last week or Sunday, how much of the lack of polish was the fact that it was a showdown? Was it a factor that because it was a showdown it wasn't against any other team that things played out the way they did?
I think a showdown always has a bit of extra heat on it because it's the rivalry game and all that stuff, but I think it's just it's more about us actually just executing it. I think there's plenty of games that we play in front of big crowds, but I think it's just more about us sort of getting it right and actually keeping to improve and work on it. But as I said, credit to Port, they were pretty good with bringing the pressure and sort of setting up well defensively as well to make us sort of do that. So it's a bit of both, I think.
Was that the most pressure in that sense you faced this year?
Well, I think Collingwood were really good with it too. Their defensive pressure and their tackling were really good. And also Melbourne were really good. They obviously jumped us at the start and were all over us, and we were not composed then either, but that game we sort of brought it back. And then this game we were actually really close to Port. We sort of got back to within 6 or 7 points a couple of times, but they went forward, and credit to their forwards, they kicked straight.
How important is it that you do really bounce back this week hard and sort of snap that, I guess, mini slump that you've had with 2 losses?
Yeah, very important. We want to win every game. We'd love to go no losses for the rest of the year, obviously, as every team does. But we'll do whatever we can. We've got a short turnaround, and we'll cover well and put a lot of energy towards how we're going to beat the Gold Coast. And I think every game's important. I think it's going to be pretty close at the end of the year, so we'll try and win as many as we can.
Who are some of the guys that could come in and step in for Dougie?
I think we've got a fair few. Been players like Jared Lyon's been in and out of the team a few times. Matty Crouch is a great player. Mitch Grigg as well. Got a boast of pretty good inside-outside midfielders that can sort of come in and step into Dougie's role. But Dougie's a big miss because he's a very important player to us.